Joanna, exactly 1 year ago, you were fighting in Cage Warriors in London, and now here you are, exactly 1 year later, defending your UFC championship in Berlin. What's this year been like for you?
It was a crazy year, but I'm very happy. I like to be busy. I was very busy. I did I don't know, 4, 6 fights. It's gonna be my 6th fight in 12, 13 months, so it was crazy year.
Here we are, just 2 days away. What's it been like in Poland to go back as the UFC champion, and obviously now you're the only European champion here fighting on a European card for the UFC as well?
It's amazing, I've got lots of attention in Poland, lots of new fans, new supporters. So I'm very happy that I bring the UFC title to the old continent, to Europe. So I'm very happy, and I wish that we're gonna have other European champions in the UFC.
Yesterday, the UFC released a video on YouTube with Ronda Rousey and Conor McGregor talking about what a great champion you are. Did you see this? And what did you think of that?
Yeah, my friends showed me this video today, so I'm very happy. They build me up. Conor and Ronda. I like Ronda so much. I am a big fan of Ronda and Conor as well. They are amazing, and I'm very happy. So thank you, Ronda, thank you, Conor, and I will do my job on Saturday. And I'm happy that I've got that big supporters.
You're a 6-time world champion. Do you think that's going to give you an advantage in this fight and overall?
I am complete MMA fighter, but of course I've got lots of experience in Muay Thai. So I did 90 or almost 100 fights. So I've got lots of experience. I'm not nervous before the fights, and I'm enjoying. I'm loving it. I like to fight, and I'm gonna put on show on Saturday.
Jessica Penne said you were one-dimensional. What did you think of that tonight? Jessica Penne said you were one-dimensional.
One dimension. Yeah, she's good fighter. This is what I said. I'm full of respect to her. So it's gonna be very tough fight for both of us, But it's gonna be very interesting fight for me, for Jessica, and for all of you. So she's number 3 in the UFC ranking. So I'm very happy that I can fight with a good opponent. She's very dangerous for me, but I'm a champion, so I'm gonna win this fight.
Over the course of the last weeks, you fired some verbal shots to her, and she fired some shots back on Twitter and social media stuff. But it all looked like a bit of fun and games, right? But now the stare-down you had yesterday, it looked a bit more intense. Do you already feel this ferocity that we saw before the last fight against Paula Esparza? Do you feel that, that aggression?
Aggression. I like when people around me are smiling. So no trash talk. It's part of our job. I like to share with people my life, who I am in a normal day, not in the octagon because I am in the octagon. But no trash talk. But it was funny. I put some picture with Penne.
The pasta, right?
Yeah, she responds, so it was funny. You are talking about, so it's the most important. So everyone is talking about UFC Berlin.
Do you take stuff like that personal? I mean, she answered your Penne joke by comparing you to the Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Is this something you take personal, or don't you care?
She must be so afraid.
Everyone seems to think that Jessica Penne needs to use her wrestling to win this fight. No one seems to be respecting her stand-up skill. Do you agree? Is that the only way for her to give you any problems in this fight, the wrestling?
She's black belt jiu-jitsu, so she's good on the ground. She's very good, She won most of her fights by submission. But Claudia Gadela, she's black belt as well. Carla Esparza is supposed to be the best wrestler in the UFC strawweight division. And what happened March 14? Nothing, I'm gonna use my bullets, my hands, and but I can play on the ground. So if she gonna be that good, and if she gonna take me to the ground, I gonna fight with her on the ground.
Speaking of Claudia Gadela, she's fighting newly signed Jessica Aguilar. What did you make of that signing? And everyone seems to think that is going to be the next #1 contender to come out of that fight.
I'm happy that UFC signed Jessica Aguilar because she was a champion of other federation, but now she's in the best organization. So I don't think that she's gonna be a champion, and I wish that Gadela gonna win. But I don't know if my next fight after the fight with Jessica gonna be with the winner of the fight Gadela and Aguilar. So we don't know what's gonna happen, what is in the mind of Dana White or Lorenzo. So, but I gonna fight with everyone, you know, and I want to fight with the best. So if they wanna make a challenger for the next title shot, why not?
I have to ask you about your kicks. We all know you're a big Air Jordan fan.
Yeah.
But the Reebok deal kicks in a couple of weeks' time. So will you be wearing Air Jordans or will you be wearing Reebok?
Why not? I like Reebok so much. And come for weighing tomorrow. I've got some special, so stay tuned and watch my foods, you know. But I like the deal between the Reebok and UFC. I'm very happy for it because UFC is simply the best. It's the biggest organization. It's like a big company. So Reebok is very old company, and I'm happy.
Your division was great like 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And now your fight's gonna be the main event.
I'm very happy. You know, this is what I say.
What kind of surprise?
Before I got the phone call from UFC if I would like to fight on the show in Berlin. I was like, man, I would like to have some main event fight in the future, of course. But I didn't think that I'm gonna have it in June 20 in Berlin. So I'm very happy because my last fight was a main event fight. You know, I'm very happy. You know, I like to show to everyone that I'm the best. And like you said, our division was made 6 months ago, and I'm very happy because we small ladies, but we can hit hard and fight very well. You know.
How proud are you to be headlined with all the other European talent coming up as well?
Could you repeat? I can.
How proud are you to headline this card? You know, with lots of other European.
Yeah, I'm very proud, you know. Alexander Gustafsson is supposed to have main event fight on UFC Berlin, but I'm not happy for him. I wish that he will be back, but now he's lucky man, got the title shot, so I keep my fists for him. But I'm very proud that UFC chose me to be the headliner.
Before your last fight, you were a big underdog. Now you're going into the fight as the champion, and obviously after such a performance like last time, the expectations are very high. Do you feel any added pressure before this fight to like repeat such a dominant performance, if even possible?
No, I do not feel any extra pressure. I'm not nervous before the fight. Of course, I've got lots of emotions, you know, in my head, my heart, in me, but it's all about the sports side, you know. I know that I did my job in Poland, in my gym, with my coaches, with my sparring partners. So I'm confident. I want to win this fight, but of course everything can happen. One punch can kill me, or I don't know. My opponents can do better this time, but of course I'm not gonna give up, and I will try to win this fight as always, you know. But I do not feel pressure.
Do you think you can repeat such a dominant performance like the last fight against Carla Esparza?
Even it's gonna be better fight than with Carla. So watch UFC Fight Pass, and you can watch this fight. So it's gonna be the first fight on UFC Fight Pass. So it's a big deal. It's a history, you know. It's coming. So I'm very happy. But I heard that UFC gonna sign some deal with the German TV, but we don't know yet which one. But stay focused. So watch our fight on the UFC Fight Pass.
I said earlier that Conor McGregor said some very nice things about you in that video. He has a big fight coming up, arguably the biggest fight of the year. What are your thoughts on Jose Aldo versus Conor McGregor?
I don't know. Jose Aldo is simply the best. He's a champion for a long time already. But Conor McGregor, he brings something different, something new. He's amazing, like not from this planet, you know. So everything can happen, and I'm gonna be there because after 5-6 days after my fight, I'm going to New York for the convention between the UFC and Reebok. Then I will go for the UFC Expo in Las Vegas, and I'm gonna stay until the fight. So I'm gonna be there, and yeah, I'm very happy. I don't know who's gonna win, but thank you, Conor, for nice words. I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna support you.
And also Ronda Rousey said some nice things about you.
Yeah.
What do you think about the war of words between her and Betchka? Do you think Betchka went too far with the comments she made regarding killing herself to Ronda Rousey?
Who said this?
Betchka said that Ronda Rousey would need to kill herself in the fight, but it was related to some remarks about suicide that was very kind of touchy-feely with Ronda Rousey. Do you think that was going a bit too far in trying to promote the fight?
Yeah, I think so, but Ronda, she's simply the best. She gonna make her job in the octagon always first. Watch her. Ken Zingano supposed to, I don't know, knock Ronda Rousey out or submit her, but she's simply the best. She can fight with the men, you know, so she gonna be a champion for a while, you know, and she gonna still compete.
So I'm from Brazil. I have transits. I know you have to fight against Penne, and Daniel is going to fight against Aguilar. But there's a huge hype between rematch between you and Daniel.
Gadela is making this fight, you know. So what I can say about she cannot stand that she lose the fight, you know. Of course it was close fight, but I watched the fight many times, and I won this fight, you know. So she shouldn't complain about it. But if she gonna win her next fight, and if UFC will want to make her fight with me again, so I gonna say yes, of course. Why not? It's still Arachne, you know. It's a Berkut Arachne Ocean, so just the name is a little bit different because we've got other company who gonna support us. We will get more sparring partners. We're gonna travel more, so it's a good deal for us for my gym. But I still have the same trainers. They are the bosses of the gym, so everything is still the same.
Do you have any prediction about your fight against Penne?
Just be there June 20 in Berlin O2 Arena and watch my fight on UFC Fight Pass. Thank you so much.